Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Junkyard Digs. Today is just a real quick video to explain a question. Many of you have been asking, what the hell is up with that orange 280Z that used to sit outside of our old shop? Long story short, that was a botched video series, but I still have enough content from it to make a video, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw it up for a double upload this week. The story here is that there was a 77 280Z with a manual down in Des Moines for $1,000 that had sat totally buried in this garage for a number of years. We went down and picked it up in the rain, so I didn't film too much, just the necessary stuff to get it onto the trailer and plan to do a voiceover or something later. Well, it's later, and here we are. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into digging this thing out of the garage where it sat for the last century, and then taking it up to Ames, getting it cleaned up, and digging through the car to see what we can find. Good bit rustier than the other Datsun. Let's give this sucker a bath for the first time in 20 years. Already full of Bondo.
cleaning this thing up before they throw it back on camera, and I got the back glass clean, and I can finally see into it. Oh, it opens, cool. We took the louver off on the drive home, by the way, because it was going to fly off, so. Poop fell. Wow. It's full of parts. This used to be a purple car. Damn, it is rusty. This car is way rougher than I was anticipating. But it looks like we got some brake spindles or something.
2017?
2018, or yeah, 2017. They must have still had this car like registered for the road, even though it sat for 20 years. This is like a valve cover gasket for this car. A set of spark plug wires. A bunch of brake parts. Clutch master.
Should that concern us?
Yeah, this. I'm sure this is all stuff that's junk anyway, but now I can be like, oh, well, this is broke for sure, and this is broke for sure. It needs brakes for sure, the clutch is for sure broke. There's poop everywhere. Actually, someone might have been already redoing all these. These are used. Oh my god. God, this thing's rusty. It might be too rusty to do what I want to do with it. A bunch of wires. Oh, half of a test light. Damn. I was hoping that I need a new test light. I was hoping to find one. Yeah, Chilton manuals and stuff. Transmission manuals, that's not good. Someone was planning to do some work on this car. What is that spare? Right in my face. Alright, so we were back at Ames and we were ready to dig into this thing. This is pretty much still sight unseen, even though I've washed it, so I know the rockers are completely absent from this side of the car. This fender's not even bolted on. It's dropping rust everywhere as I talk. One thing that didn't even cross my mind, I saw this car and I was like, oh, 77 Datsun. 280Z with a 4-speed for $1,000, hell yeah. Went down there, picked it up. I was like, it's raining today, let's just put it on the trailer and go home. And then when I was washing the engine bay, I realized, oh, that's right. These are fuel injected. It used to be a bronze car that was painted purple and then was painted generally orange. This is the general sow.
Get out.
Well, one thing I've already seen that's going to be an issue. Mice got to this sucker pretty hard. Those are our wires. Oh boy. Our throttle body is a little sticky. And now he's fixed. Okay. I guess we could throw a battery in this thing and see what comes to life. Being fuel injected, if the lift pump out back works, and everything still miraculously works, there's a chance it could actually start. I'm seeing issues though. For instance, this boot is 2 halves from mice eating it and from it rotting. Yeah, that's destroyed. So, assuming this is some weird old mass airflow sensor, it's not going to know what to do with itself. Still has a regular distributor in it, that's good. That's a vacuum leak right there, figure out where that guy goes. One of the fuel lines is missing. I found him. I think someone was halfway through trying to get this car run maybe 10 years ago or something. Let's see if we can finish the job for him. Kind of oozes between the gears. Oh, she's getting better. Except for this world's floppiest stick. It's a non-AC car.
Look at the steering wheel.
Oh, what the hell? That's disgusting.
Ew.
What even happened to it? It's got 79,000 miles. I got all the gauges in this thing, so that's awesome. Damn it. There goes any hopes of finding any receipts. Oh, look up here.
Ooh.
Someone put a controller for the sound system. A gas pedal. That's probably a leak. Oh, there is no clutch whatsoever. Well, Mook, what do you say we put a battery in and see what the heck happens?
Alright.
That's a big boy.
Yeah. that tray's not gonna last much longer.
Yeah, she's pretty rotten in here. Oh boy. There's nothing left at the bottom of that shock tower. This might be a get it running and get rid of it car.
Probably.
All right. I'm seeing no signs of life or anything. All right, so our key was dead. So I looked around for a little bit to see what was going on, and I found these two relays here are missing. And this one has jumpers that someone made and threw in here to replace the relays. But this one didn't, so I'm just gonna make my own here. And we'll see if this car shows any further signs of life.
Oh!
It does, look at that, a Bertha light thingy's on. Okay. Alright, there we go. Got a buzzer, a brake light. This thing works. Rear defogger. No hazards. No idea what that thing does. A fan. Let's put that to a heat. We have headlights?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
Nice. And copyright demonetized.
And I broke it.
Great song.
Okay. The big question. If I press this clutch and hit that key, does the motor spin over? Ready?
Yep.
They do. Do we hear a fuel pump anywhere? One last question needs answered. Come on. Horn works. She fought, but she worked. So we know this thing spins over and sounds moderately okay. Thankfully this has a regular style distributor, so I'm going to go ahead and check for spark next. What we're going to do is take this coil wire backwards because this end's chewed off and lay it right there. Shmee. Now this is going to spark 6 times per revolution, so it should be like it's either going to spark here or over here somewhere. Probably I won't be surprised if it's over there. So you should be able to hear the little click noise. Before we even go that far, I'm going to throw a test light on this coil and see if it has power to it. Doodly doo. Of course it doesn't. I have the key off. Let's see if we even have power to our coil. That looks like a potential no. Oh, we do. Sweet. Okay, yeah, so that's hot. Now I'm going to crank it over and have Mook watch for spark. Nothing?
Nothing.
I think this just has a Hall effect sensor in the distributor. And then, which means there's probably an ignition control module somewhere. What I'm afraid is that it might be in a computer somewhere. I don't know, but I doubt it. I bet they kept the same ignition system from the carbureted engines. Let's figure it out.
Kevin's afraid.
Jeff, I am afraid.
Alright, fast forward. It's now the end of January, and the Datsun is still sitting right here where I parked it that very day. Unfortunately for this car, it is fuel injected, which means if there's no fuel pump, I have to drop the entire fuel system out of the back of it to even make fuel pressure. And there's also no ignition, so I'd have to spend a whole day figuring out how Datsun fuel injection works just to see if this thing would run, which is not worth my time because a little thing called life has gotten in the way on this project. But there's actually some good news here. This is not the end of this car on YouTube. You will see it again on This Week with Cars. We got this at a decent price and I could have sold it for profit seeing that it's a 5-speed 280Z, but I thought it would be better for the viewers to still see this thing come to life. So I sold it to my buddy Steve this week with cars at a cheap price so that he can take a shot at getting this thing running. After all, it's a much better fit for his channel. So if you want to see this car run, go check it out. The link is right here, or here. I don't know, the camera's backwards. So I guess the moral of the story here is things don't always work out. I'm sure a lot of us have had a car that sat around in the rain and the snow when it could have been inside someone else's garage getting the attention it needed, instead of us waiting for time to be able to work on ourselves. Sometimes it's just better to let them go. So we'll see you guys next week on Junkyard Digs. Make sure you leave a like and a comment, subscribe if you enjoy the video and the content, turn the bell on if you're already subscribed. Go check out all my friends' channels, Junkyard Mook, Thunderhead 289, Dylan McCool, Vice Grip Garage, Classic Mustangs 429, Deboss Garage, and Cars and Cameras. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.